so it wasn't because of the foul that Les Jepson went out of the game.
NC State now 13 of 17 from the free throw line. of 18. 1-point lead for NC State. Marble, Garner, Armstrong, Bullard, and Horton on the floor for Iowa.
Well, here more than anywhere in a contest, you expect your seniors to take over. And that's what I would say would be Iowa's advantage.
Corchiani and Lester in foul trouble. Lookingbill and Horton for Iowa.
And if I'm Iowa, I'm trying to get Corchiani out of the game because he has to guard BJ Armstrong. And all BJ has to do is be aggressive because Corchiani can't foul him.
Armstrong got that shot away under pressure from Corchiani and didn't connect. Duke, Minnesota, Georgetown have all advanced to the Meadowlands for East Regional play. A winner here will do the same. 4 minutes remaining in the OT. NC State by 1 over Iowa. And the Wolfpack more than willing to take time off the clock with the ball in the lead. Monroe.
That young man can score on anybody. He was behind the backboard, still able to get it in. Good defense on the part of the Hawkeyes. Just a tremendous shot by Rodney Monroe.
27 for Monroe. 3-point Wolfpack lead, 3:25 to play in the OT.
Going to probably most likely get the shot if it's not Ed Horton, is Roy Marble.
Horton is on rebound after Lester came up for the block.
And the reason I said that is because they're not guarding Roy at the top of the key. That's a shot he can make, but for some reason he's a little reluctant to take that shot now.
30 points for Ed Horton. Iowa trails by 1. More than 12,000 enjoying the action here this afternoon at the Providence Civic Center. Greg Gumbel along with Quinn Buckner as we approach 2.5 to play in the overtime. Corchiani with the shot clock at 10. Monroe stripped of the ball from behind by Armstrong. Iowa comes back 3-on-2. Out of bounds and belongs to Iowa.
Well, Iowa at that time had numbers on break, if you will. They had a 3-on-1, but Chris Corchiani did a good job getting back, breaking it up. That's the kind of thing that BJ Armstrong is going to have to make.
Corchiani, remember, with 4 personal fouls. Avi Lester, number 32 for NC State, also with 4. Marble, top of the key for 3. No!
Greg, we had talked about that. That is a design play where Iowa will go up. One of its players goes up as though he's shooting a 3-pointer, and it's really a lob pass to either Jepson or Matt Bullard. That time it was to Matt Bullard.
Iowa by 1, 1:50 to play. Corchiani looks down low and pulls it back out. Shot clock at 15. Corchiani for 3. 12 for Corchiani. Inside, rejected. Marble got the shot off. It was rejected, and Garner has it. Marble down the lane. Fouled, and it will count.
Right here, Roy Marble takes the ball down the basket strong. Chucky Brown tries to come over and get a piece of it. He didn't get there in time. He felt he did. Fisher makes a good call. Again, your seniors are the people that make the play here. But I'll have to say, for the advantage of North Carolina State, they're on the offensive end with Jim Valvano. And it's a big difference, and more importantly in overtime, because you need precise information. And as you see, Chucky Brown now has his 4th foul.
Iowa, 14 of 14 from the free throw line this afternoon. Roy Marble, 17 points. forward with a big rebound.
Iowa will just hold it out. You know, it's a tie ball game. Hold it out, run it down to 5 seconds on the shot clock, and then go after it. Again, they'll try to get it down to either Horton or Roy Marble.
55 seconds on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. NC State would have plenty of time to come back and set up after a basket here. Marble. Iowa by 2, 83-81. And now watch the pressure. No shot clock, 35 seconds to play in the OT.
They'll try to get it to Rodney Monroe unless Jimmy decides he wants to take a timeout. But I really think they'll just go with it with Rodney Monroe, bring Chucky Brown to Monroe's side. They got a two-man game, and then go from there.
We have the same situation we did at the end of regulation. 15 seconds. Down to 10. Monroe with Armstrong on him. Forces and hits!
Yeah. That's what I like about it. That's what I love about college basketball. Love it.
29 points for Rodney Monroe. We'll go to a second overtime, tied at 83.
Express mail from your post office offers you 46,000 drop-off points.
We deliver, we deliver.
A guaranteed morning delivery. And an overnight price of just $8.75.
We deliver.
Speed, convenience, price. It's a package only we can deliver. Express mail from your postal service.
We deliver for you.
GM makes the dream. GMAC makes the dream yours with either financing or smart lease. Handled quickly, easily, right at your GM dealers.
The dreams of America, GMAC.
Hey, what's a Geo?
Geo is a new line of import-style small cars that'll take you anywhere, no matter how far you want to go, or how far you have to go to get there, or how many of you there are.
Gosh, Geo's swell. Where can I get one?
You won't find this Geo at a gas pump, and you won't find Geo boring, and you won't find Geo out of style. Geo's only sold and serviced at select Chevrolet dealers. Give us a call.
Geo.
Once again, Rodney Monroe plays Mr. Clutch for the Wolfpack.
When you go to the dance, you go with who brought you. Rodney Monroe got him back again. When he shot the shot from the time he let it go, he knew it was good.
And Jim Valvano being put through the ringer for the second time this afternoon at the buzzer.
He's pretty calm about this one, but he knows that as a rule, he's just dodged the bullet because that shot could have very easily been missed. Rodney Monroe made a difficult shot.
And like two weary boxers refusing to go down, NC State and Iowa come out to play another round.
You know, you wonder how much did the adversity North Carolina State, how much of these kids pulling from that. And I have to say a lot, because when you go through a difficult time, you don't forget tough times like that.
Michigan a winner today, Seton Hall as well over Evansville. And we'll go at least another 5 minutes here. The first double overtime game in 28 NCAA tournament games here in Providence. Howard for Lussner. Pressured big time by Jepson. Horton fouled on the inside. Missouri, a winner in the Midwest. And earlier today here in Providence, Georgetown over Notre Dame. And Chucky Brown has fouled out of this game. With 4:32 to play here in the second OT. The Wolfpack loses its team captain.
Well, it obviously puts Jim Valvano in a very difficult position. He's got to find somebody to come in off the bench, can handle the ball, as well as be able to get him some points. I would imagine he may come with Kelsey Wings and try to go with a faster tempo.
We still have UCLA, North Carolina on tap. Carolina minus J.R. Reed and other games. And this will be Brian D'Amico, number 54, 6'11 junior out of Reading, Pennsylvania.
Going with Brian D'Amico because Brian is a big, strong kid. He rebounds well. But the other part of it, see, he's played in big-time games before. He went to South Carolina before he transferred, so he would have a better feel than some of the other players on the sideline as to what it takes to get a game won in this situation.
You know, we may just be getting started. As Ed Horton hits. Because North Carolina State and Wake Forest went 4 overtimes on the 4th of March before the Wolfpack pulled it out 110-103.
They're accustomed to being in long games, but this competition here is pretty tough. You know, you're in an NCAA tournament. This is a lot different. This is one time and you're out.
Iowa by 2. Corchiani, Brian Howard, Rodney Monroe, D'Amico, and Avi Lester.
Corchiani and Monroe are going to do the things they normally have, but I think more than anybody else, Brian Howard may have to find a way for himself to get open in order to do something offensively.
Rodney Monroe for 3. Points for Monroe, and a great shooting performance. Marble into the lane, short. Lester has it and draws the foul.
I mean, credit has to go to this man in your screen, Jim Valvano. 2 days ago, BJ Armstrong had 35 points. As a rule, BJ has not been really in the game. I mean, he's wisely passed the ball up, but he's really had to because Valvano's gone to various defense, got BJ to give the ball up, and BJ hadn't been able to get into the flow the way that Iowa is normally used to seeing him do.
Armstrong with 18 today. Avi Lester now with 9 points, 9 rebounds, 7 block shots.
One shot, gentlemen, 1. Pull back, me.
The Wolfpack looking for a 3-point lead.
Oh! Even Avi Lester gets a shooting bounce.
3:40 to play. Second overtime. Greg Gumbel along with Quinn Buckner. We're having fun. Marble looking for the same play again.
He did that time, and North Carolina State was aware of it. Avi Lester got in there with Brian D'Amico, as well as Brian Howard. The foul got called against Brian Howard.
Third personal foul on Howard. Bullard will go to the line. He shoots 78% on his free throw attempts.
1-1.
Serious stuff on that Iowa bench.
Yeah, they know that they've got themselves in a tough situation, and I'm not sure they expected as tough a fight from North Carolina State, but as I said, North Carolina State has been through adverse times and has shown that they can handle it.
Wolfpack lead is 1 with 3:25 to play. Second overtime. Rodney Monroe, 11 for 19 from the field this afternoon. And he's looking for more.
Oh, my goodness. Greg, when you're feeling good, you're feeling good. This is a great play. He goes to the right, gets a pick by Lester, kind of stands up Matt Bullitt there and goes. Matt Bullitt tries to get there, but by the time he does, Rodney Monroe has the presence of mind and balance to be able to get the shot in, and now he's looking at a 3-point play. You see how excited Chucky Brown is.
Chucky Brown says if we survive this, he lives to play another day. We're going to take time here with 3:06 to play in the second overtime. North Carolina State by 3 over Iowa. We've talked about the Iowa strategy before, Quinn, and we'll talk about it again when we come back to Providence in a moment.
They should have asked us secretaries what we thought before they went out and got useless new phone system. It's cutting people off. We can't do a decent conference call. I hate the thing. They should just junk it and get a whole new one.
You're looking sharp, you're looking good, you've come so far, and we know how to make the most of who you are. Father to son, it's what we've always done. Gillette.
The Gillette Atra Plus system with the Lubra Smooth strip for the best a man can get.
The best a man can
North Carolina State has 3 timeouts, Iowa 2. Should there be a held ball, the Hawkeyes would gain possession. With 3:06 to play in the second overtime, the Wolfpack leads the Hawkeyes 90-87. Later today here on CBS, as soon as we wrap it up here, if we wrap it up here, UCLA, North Carolina, UTEP, Indiana, Colorado State, Syracuse here on CBS. In fact, North Carolina with the early lead on UCLA, minus the services of J.R. Reed, suspended by Coach Dean Smith. You'll be joining, some of you will be joining that game shortly after we finish here. Meanwhile, Rodney Monroe. 8 of 9 from the free throw line, 12 of 20 from the field, 35 points. And North Carolina State leads it by 4. Driving. Offensive foul. No. Traveling.
Right here, one of the things that Brian Gardner should have done, he should have just pulled up. He wasn't able to do that. The officials felt that he traveled with the basketball. He got away with the travel. The official had a choice between that and a foul. Tom Davis made a decision to bring Wade Lookingbill into the game. He got Brian Garner out. Now, Wade Lookingbill has really helped him a lot on the defensive end, and what he'll be able to do is come out and find Brian Howard, but he helps out all over the court. And that's one of the things that I think Iowa's really missed, because they need somebody to run at Rodney Monroe to get the ball out of his hand.
And now look for the Wolfpack to take as much time off of the shot clock as they can. .2:25 to play in the overtime. 15 on the shot clock. Tried a little backdoor. D'Amico. Looked like a pass.
Well, what it was, Brian D'Amico went up as though he was going to pass, made his mind up a little late, and then tried to he just lost his man. Actually, Avi Lester moved, but you'd rather not see the ball in Brian D'Amico's hand. But at this point, I don't think that Chris Corchiani had a choice.
12th turnover of the day for NC State. Both teams have really done a good job taking care of the basketball this afternoon.
They really have, considering how much they've run, and the teams normally turned over a lot. They've done a real good job.
Armstrong. No, whistle blows. And it's going to go against Iowa. No, it's going to go against D'Amico of NC State. D'Amico, the 6'11 junior. And that'll send Wade Lookingbill to the free throw line. Lookingbill, the freshman from Fort Dodge, Iowa, is an 80% free throw shooter. We haven't heard his name much this afternoon. He's playing with 4 personal fouls. But you were saying, Quinn, he has played a heck of a floor game.
I really think he has played a great floor game. When Iowa was coming back, and after they got away from him a little bit in the second half, Lookingbill was the reason. He got over, helped out defensively, got his hands on some ball, and things of that nature. Those don't show up in the statistics, but the coach and the teammate know who helped him out. It was Wade Lookingbill.
91-89, North Carolina State.
You'll see Jimmy Valvano try to open it up, just take his time.
15. Marble up tight on Monroe.
Now, Roy Marble should just not let Rodney Monroe get the ball at all. Jimmy Valvanos decided to take a timeout.
So the clock stops with 1:31 to play in the second overtime. Wolfpack by 2.
For the pride, for the dream, for the love, and for the team, for the sweat, for the drive, for the reason you strive.
For all you do, the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood aged Budweiser.
This Bud's for you, this Bud's for you.
No matter what, it's a Geo.
New Geo.
Geo Prism's got class with 16-valve kick.
Geo.
In a roomy 4-door.
Geo.
Or 5-door.
G-E-O-O-O-O.
Geo's protected from bumper to bumper.
Geo.
And has a very smart price. Give us a call. Sold and serviced by select Chevrolet dealers.
No matter what.
If you've got yourself a car and you've got yourself a house, you could be on your way to some very nice savings. Because with Allstate Homeowners Insurance and an excellent driving record, you could save up to 15% on your auto insurance. And 15% could mean big money for all the important little things.
What a day.
What a day. The Allstate Auto Advantage. Another reason. A member of the Sears Financial Network.
Oh, it's thrilling.
It stimulates the senses. This is what it's all about.
And I think it's a lot of fun.
March Madness on CBS Sports.
Greg Gumbel, Quinn Buckner, and 12,000 plus here in Providence, getting their money's worth with 1.5 minutes to play. North Carolina, UCLA fighting for the right to meet Michigan in Lexington, and UTEP, Indiana, battling for the right to play Seton Hall in Denver next weekend. Those games coming up at the conclusion of this one. Shot clock is at 8. Monroe looking for a shot, got it for 3. That's a career high for Rodney Monroe, 38 points. Marble into the lane. Bullard will shoot the 3. Oh! Corchiani has it.
Well, they'll get a chance, North Carolina State will get a chance to try to use it up, and right there they call Ed Horton for the foul. But the one thing that it's hard for me to understand how Rodney Monroe got the ball. Rodney Monroe has got the game in both overtimes. He still managed to get the ball. Iowa has to do a better job double teaming, getting it out of his hands.
Rodney Monroe has now scored 38 points. Not only is that his career high, but that is the most points scored in an NCAA tournament game here in the Providence Civic Center. Each team, 2 timeouts remaining. Corchiani hits the first. And the Wolfpack lead is 6. Seven-point lead for NC State. Iowa trying to avoid being the first Big Ten team to lose. Marble three-pointer hits. And Iowa calls timeout. 46 seconds left in the second overtime. Iowa is not dead yet.
Who says Chevy beats Ford? USAC tested Chevy's compact S10 with available Vortec V6 against 2 full-size Fords with standard 6 and available V8. 0 to 60, towing identical trailers. Chevy S10 beat both full-size Fords. That's pickup power.
And if a compact Chevy S10 with a V6 can out-accelerate a full-size Ford with a V8, imagine what it can do against Ford's little truck.
The heartbeat of America. That's today's Chevy truck. All right, guys, lights out.
Okay, Coach.
There's nothing more exciting than a fast break. To Pizza Hut for a great supreme deal where exceptional leaping ability and blazing speed both come into play in pursuit of Pizza Hut's Supreme Pizza, loaded with 6 mouth-watering toppings. Now get 1 medium for $8.99, or better yet, 2 for just $4 more. And that's a deal worth running out for.
Pizza Hut, making it great.
Even when all of Company B heads for the phone, it's no problem for Gail Godfrey.
Delta Airlines, Gail Godfrey.
Y'all fly to Lubbock, Texas?
Yes, that is confirmed.
I got some friends who want to talk to you now. Just hold on a second. Thank you. Cincinnati, Ohio. New York City. Monroe, Louisiana.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
San Jose, California. Portland, Oregon. Butte, Montana.
You're all set. Thank you for calling, Delta.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Gail. Did you get many calls this afternoon?
1.
Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
A reminder, when this one ends in Providence, some will see UTEP against Indiana. Others will watch UCLA and North Carolina from Atlanta, Southeast action, that is, and Colorado State and Syracuse. That game just getting started in Dallas. Right now, let's go back to double OT in Providence.
Thank you, Jim. Greg Gumbel along with Quinn Buckner. 46 seconds remain in the second overtime period. North Carolina State with a 4-point lead and the basketball. And number 3, Mickey Hinnant, now into the lineup for NC State.
Well, NC State will do everything they can to keep the ball in the hands of people like Rodney Monroe, Chris Corchiani. They're good foul shooters. They'll keep it away from Avi Lester.
And Rodney Monroe is about to go to the free throw line. Roy Marble commits the foul. And now Brian D'Amico into the lineup for NC State. For Hinnant.
Good job by Jimmy Valvano bringing D'Amico back in case there's any rebounds to protect on the defensive end, so there's no offensive rebounds for Iowa. Iowa's really struggled in getting offensive rebound. They've gotten away from the thing that really got them there, and that was getting the ball into Ed Horton.
14 in overtime.
And you hear Jim Valvano telling this team, make sure that Iowa catches it in front of them.
North Carolina leading, Indiana leading. Those games coming up. Armstrong to the baseline. His jumper is good. And a timeout for Iowa with 28 seconds to play. We'll take a break here. 98-94, 28 seconds to play. Let's go to Jim Nance in New York. Jim?
Well, Greg, thank you. Let's tell everyone what's going on elsewhere now. 3 other games have started. North Carolina and UCLA at the Omni. Now 12 minutes left in the first half, and the Tar Heels lead by 4, of course, without J.R. Reed today. Indiana scored the first 7 points of the game against UTEP and leading in Tucson by the score of 10-6. That's 5 minutes into the first half. And Syracuse over Colorado State. Derek Coleman did not start for the Orangemen. He is suited up. He has not entered the game to this point. Now, some of the finals from earlier, Georgetown and Notre Dame. Of course, the Irish were leading in that game at halftime. The Hoyas came back to win it by 7, 81-74. A big day it was for Charles Smith. He had 34 points. And Michigan, it was all tied with South Alabama, 80-80 with 2 minutes remaining. And at that point, the Wolverines outscored the Jaguars 11-2 to advance on to the Sweet 16. Seton Hall's moving on to the Sweet 16 for the first time ever. The Pirates with a 14-point win over Evansville, out-rebounding the Purple Aces 39-25 and winning by that 14-point total, shutting down Evansville in the final 5 minutes without a point. And Missouri going to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1982. Missouri with interim coach Rich Daly leading the way, a 108-89 victory over Texas, suspendering the Cinderella hopes of coach Tommy Penders and the Texas Longhorns. Right now, let's send you back to Providence. North Carolina State leading Iowa by 4. And here's Greg Gumbel and Quinn Buckner.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. 28 seconds is all that's left. NC State 98-94 leaders. Quinn, let's remind everyone that the Hawkeyes are playing without the freshman Ray Thompson, declared ineligible not by NCAA standards last week and not by Big Ten standards, but because the school was not satisfied with his academic progress.
Yeah, he didn't make the progress necessary toward graduation, and the basketball program and Tom Davis decided not to play.
Foul on Garner will send Mickey Hinnant to the line, and this is precisely the reason Jim Valvano has Mickey Hinnant in the lineup at this point.
And he wants to get his best foul shooters in there. They got Brian Garner the foul right away, and you see he's getting some lessons, just letting him know, you know, take this experience, make it a positive one, even though at this point it doesn't look very good for Iowa, but you still have to learn from these situations.
Hinnant, a junior college transfer from Lewisburg College in North Carolina, shoots 74% from the free throw line. Hinnant with 2 points. Make it 3.
He's pretty excited about making that foul shot, but Hinnant was one of the players went from Cary, North Carolina. That's the player where Phil Spence was from, the guy that was on 1975 championship team for North Carolina, 74 championship team.
Hinnant gets 2. 6-point lead. Howard with the steal. Corchiani is fouled by Armstrong. Great defensive play by Brian Howard.
He covered a lot of territory to get over there, and his anxiety to try to throw the ball further down the court. Matt Bullard tried to make a pass to one of his teammates and didn't see Brian Howard come and intercept it.
And one of the first things he got was high-fived by Jim Valvano. Corchiani, 81% free throw shooter. Missed that first one. And the Wolfpack takes it away.
This is where Tom Davis sits on the side, and you wonder if you snaked it. You get the young man you want to miss a foul shot, he misses it, and you can't come up with a long rebound.
Well, Jim Valvano wants a timeout here. 17 seconds to play. 6-point Wolfpack lead. We'll be back.
Your man in Washington has come through?
The Americans will be most displeased. Observe the argon-activated radio-optic laser light.
Amusing, Boris, but the party demanded Bud Light.
If you want the one light that outshines them all, ask for Bud Light.
Where is Boris? He is enjoying a cold one.
Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
Employment rose a fraction of a percentage point last month. The Labor Department
oil price increase to take effect.
Consumer price index jumped 0.6% of 1%
Fear of inflation caused jitters in the financial market.
Volatility, uncertainty, the unknown. Helping people reach their financial dreams requires an understanding of each person's goals. At Merrill Lynch, we pride ourselves on getting to know you, one by one. Merrill Lynch, a tradition of trust.
You've seen those Chevy versus Ford tests, right? We came up with one of our own. Half-ton 4x4s, best available tires, driven at the same identical speed right through this 18-inch deep ditch. Now, this is a real control test, so don't you try it, because you'll damage your truck. That's a Chevy with torsion bar suspension, and that's the Ford with twin traction beam suspension. And you can see why we've had a change of heart and pickup.
That's today's Chevy truck.
A win, and you go on. A loss, and you go home. March Madness on CBS Sports.
Greg Gumbel, Quinn Buckner back at the Providence Civic Center. Rodney Monroe hit a jumper to tie it at the end of regulation. Hit another jumper to tie it at the end of the first overtime. He has scored 15 of his 40 points in the overtime sessions today. And Chris Corchiani just trying to add to the North Carolina State lead. It is 101 to 94.
What?
15 points, 10 assists. For Corchiani. And you will not see a Wolfpack foul. Marble for 3, short. Armstrong. The foul by Marble is good. 1 second, and that'll do it.
Great job by that man right there. I thought Jim Valvano did a good job being able to control the tempo, which is absolutely the key to this game. 102-96 is our final. North Carolina State joins Georgetown in advancing from Providence.
to East Rutherford, New Jersey next weekend. Georgetown, the winner over Notre Dame today. NC State defeats Iowa 102-96 in double overtime. For Quinn Buckner, I'm Greg Gumbel. Let's take you back to New York. Here's Jim Nance.
Could history repeat itself? The Cardiac Kids of North Carolina State 1983 also survived a double overtime game before going on and winning the national championship. That year it was Pepperdine. Today it's Iowa. We'll continue with our triple header coverage here on CBS after this word from your local station.